Welcome to Spirit of Unity's online ministry. My name is Reverend Alicia-Leslie, and my message today is the facts of life. Now, if you're expecting to talk about the birds and the bees, you can forget that. That's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, you can go back to a few weeks ago when we had Let's Talk About Bleep. Today, I want to talk about a different fact of life. A fact of life that we don't normally like to think about, and that is that one day, chances are, our physical body is going to die. First of all, I do believe, as Jesus taught, that life, the essence of life, is eternal, that we are eternal beings. We're spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law. We are also having an earthly experience in an earthly natural body governed by natural law. Now, one of the reasons I think that we are here on the planet is to elevate the manifest realm to a spiritual state. In fact, Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, did believe that we could purify our consciousness and therefore purify our body, since our body is the outpicturing of our consciousness, and actually live in the one body forever. However, we are not there yet. I would like to point out that a number of years ago, scientists discovered that if they could keep a single cell alive and clear of any toxins, it would stay alive forever. So that's something really interesting to contemplate, while we also consider the very likely experience that we will one day have of leaving this body. I know, you don't want to think about it. Neither did I. But this week I did something that I've been saying I should do and I should do and I should do for years, but just couldn't bring myself to do. And that was what's called an advance directive. And the one that I used is called the 5 wishes. The 5 wishes is something where you assign someone to make sure that your wishes are enforced in the circumstance, that you won't be able to express your wishes yourself. In other words, if you became ill or infirm and could not express your wishes, that person would make sure everything was done the way you wanted it to. You know, it was like I had this superstitious thought that, well, gee whiz, if I do the 5 wishes, if I do an advance directive, living a will and all that stuff, oh my gosh, I'm going to need it. So if I make a will, oh my God, I'm going to die. Well, chances are we're going to die anyway, so why cause anyone else grief by not taking care of business? Let's put that aside right now, because that's not the important part. The important part I want to talk about is the fact of your life right now and what you are planning to do with it. Every day when we wake up, we are given a gift of life. That Spirit created us and designed us to be, to do, to express, to have. We are here on the planet to be God's hands to do the work, arms to embrace, eyes to observe, mind to consider, mouth to speak our truth. We're also given many wonderful senses with which we can enjoy life. What a joy life is, and to me, the biggest waste would be the waste of a life. There used to be a TV commercial that said, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and that is true. And since life is consciousness, living in a consciousness that is other than our highest and our best would certainly be a waste of life. What happens to our life? What happens to all the dreams and visions we have, and whether they manifest or they don't manifest? That choice, my friend, is up to us. We want to be consciously aware of that desire within us to be, to do, to have, grown up, but very often I don't act very grown up. But getting back to my life and your life, what are you doing with your life? Are you working with what matters most, or are you getting by? Do you have a job, or do you have a mission? Do you know what your reason for being on the planet is? Have you ever thought about it? You know, having a mission in life doesn't mean that you have to be a missionary. It doesn't mean you have to be a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon or an astrophysicist. It doesn't mean you have to be rich and have lots of stuff, including the latest technology that so many people waste their pure essence on trying to achieve and obtain. God doesn't care how big your bank account is. God cares about how you are living your life. What's important is how we are being a part of the greater whole, how we are engaging with all that life is. Have you thought much lately about what matters most in your life? I have. Well, of course, the 5 wishes really caused me to think about it, the same way that I was caused to think about it when I retired from the secular job I had at the bank, and when I said, wow, now I am free to be what I am meant to be. Fortunately, I do have a mission statement that over the years I worked with and refined with the help of a great book by Lori Beth Jones called The Path. I do know that my mission is to know, love, and serve God as I inspire others to do likewise. It is my prayer that that's what I'm doing right this minute. It is my prayer that something I will say today or next week or something I've said in the past kind of clicked in your mind and said, let me think about that. Perhaps it touched your heart and changed your life. How blessed you would be to spend some time this week thinking about what matters most in your life and in the world you live in. See, it's not just about me, what I want to do, be, and have. It's what I came to give. And I got a little clue for you. Every time we hear the word come out of our own mouth, somebody ought to do something. Guess who that somebody just might be? The reason that you see and feel that something needs to be done is because you are being called to do it. And don't worry, because you are divinely gifted with all the skills, talents, and abilities that you need to do that. Don't worry whether it has a title or how big a title it is, because you are serving God every bit as much, feeding the hungry, whether that be in a soup kitchen, or whether you're making donations of your time, your energy, your talent in some other way, or even like I suggested last week or the week before about, putting together a non-perishable lunch bag and finding a homeless, hungry person to give it to. You are God's agent on this planet. Your life and what you do with it is important. It's important to God. It's important to every other human being on the planet. It's important to me. And most of all, it's important to you. I have a favorite little reading that I would like to share with you. It's something that has inspired me all my life. Let me just grab it. It's called For a Day of My Life. If you'd like a copy of this, you can email me, spiritofunity@sbc abcglobal.net, and I will gladly send you a copy. It says, "This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. But what I do today is important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something that I have exchanged for it. I want it to be gain, not loss. Good, not evil. Success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price I have paid for it." And that was written by Samuel Pugh. It is timeless, it is ageless, and it is vitally important to me and to you. Nobody knows how long we've got on the planet in this life experience, but I do know that when this day comes, that I move on, that my prayer for myself and for you will be that we will never regret the price that we paid. It is meant to give us joy and peace. Take some time today to write down the things that matter most to you, and then reflect to see if this is where you are investing your time, your energy, your talent, your love. And don't forget to spend time in prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation are how we communicate with God and how God guides us and directs us to our right and perfect path. May you walk that path with joy this week, and I pray I will see you next week. And until that time, know that I know, for you and for me, that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And may your week and your life be blessed today and every